Hi friends, good morning. In this session, let us do some more problems on hyperbola. One among those problems today what we are doing is find the vertices, co-vertices, foci and equations of asymptotes of the equation y plus whole square by 100, y plus whole square by 100 minus x minus 3 whole square by 64 minus x minus 3 whole square by 64 is equal to 1. Right friends, this is in the form of center at HK, and transverse axis is parallel to the y-axis. Transverse axis is parallel to the y-axis. This is y minus k whole square by a square, y minus k whole square by a square minus x minus h whole square by a square is equal to 1. In this form, we get a vertical hyperbola whose transverse axis is parallel to the y-axis. So when the transverse axis is parallel to the y-axis, we know the coordinates of vertices and co-vertices, foci and equations of asymptotes, all those things. First let us write the center of this one. Center is very clear, x minus h whole square. Center 3 comma y minus of minus 4, y minus k whole square. So y minus of minus 4. So k is equal to minus 4. This is the center of the hyperbola. Next point is vertices. Vertices for normal standard hyperbola, that is y square by a square minus x square by b square is equal to 1. We know the vertices 0 comma plus or minus a, that is 0 comma a and 0 comma minus a, because the transverse axis is parallel to the y-axis. So the coordinates will be 0 plus a, 0 minus a. So 0 plus or minus a are the vertices. Now this is for center 0, 0. This is center 0, 0. But now what is the center? 3 comma minus 4. So we have to add these coordinates to this to get the vertices of given hyperbola. Okay friends, for that first we have to find a. What is a square friends? A square 100, then a is 10. So vertices are 0 comma 10 and 0 comma minus 10, and we have to add the center. 3 minus 4. So finally the vertices of the given hyperbola are 3 plus 0, 3, comma 10 minus 4, 6. That is one thing, one vertex. And the other vertex is 3, comma minus 14. 3, comma minus 14 is the other vertex. Those are the vertices. And co-vertices. Co-vertices. See along the x-axis. Along the x-axis, vertices are called co-vertices. That is conjugate axis. Conjugate axis. Along the x-axis, we know the vertices. Those are called co-vertices. Plus or minus b comma 0. Co-vertices plus or minus b comma 0. Co-vertices plus or minus b comma 0. That is b comma 0 and minus b comma 0. What is b here, friends? B square is equal to 64. B is equal to 8. That is 8 comma 0 and minus 8 comma 0. Now we have to add the center. Now we have to add the center. That is 3 comma minus 4. 3 comma minus 4. 3 minus 4. That is 8 plus 3. 11 comma minus 4 is one co-vertex. And minus 8 plus 3. Minus 5 minus 4 is the other co-vertex. These are the vertices. Co-vertices. These are the co-vertices. Next, foci. Next, foci. Foci, friends, you know, foci for normal standard, this thing, 0 plus or minus c, because vertical hyperbola, that is 0 plus or minus c. 0 plus or minus c, that is 0 comma c and 0 comma minus c. Now what is c? What is c? C is equal to root of a square plus b square. Root of a square plus b square. C is equal to root of 100 plus 64, 164. 164. 164 we can take 4 out. That is 2 root 4 into 41. 4 into 41. So 2 root 41. 2 root 41. So 0 comma 2 root 41. 0 comma 2 root 41. And 0 comma minus 2 root 41. Now we have to add the center to this. So 3 comma minus 4 and 3 comma minus 4. So now the foci of the given hyperbola. Now the foci of the given hyperbola is 3 comma 2 root 41 minus 4 and 3 comma minus 2 root 41 minus 4. These are the vertices of foci. These are the vertices of foci. And coming to the equations of the asymptotes. Equations of the asymptotes. Friends, you know the equations of the asymptotes. For standard hyperbola of x square by a square minus y square by b square, the asymptotes are plus or minus y is equal to plus or minus b by a into x. And for the second one, y is equal to plus or minus a by b into x. And for the third one, that is x minus h whole square by a square minus y minus k whole square by b square. For that y is equal to plus or minus b by a into x minus h plus k. Y is equal to plus or minus b by a into x minus h plus k. Now for this is y minus k whole square by a square. For this the equations of the directrix, equations of the asymptotes. Equations of the asymptotes are y is equal to plus or minus a by b into x minus h. Asymptotes equations, friends. Asymptotes equations. Y is equal to plus or minus a by b into x minus h plus k. Y is equal to plus or minus a by b. 10 by 8. 10 by 8 means 5 by 4. 5 by 4 into x minus h. X minus 3. X minus 3 plus k. K is minus 4. K is minus 4. These are the equations of asymptotes, friends. Okay, friends. Now let us see the next problem. Okay, friends, our next problem is what is the standard form of the hyperbola that has vertices plus or minus 6, 0. Vertices plus or minus 6, 0. Plus or minus 6, 0 means that is transverse axis is along x-axis. And origin is the center. Okay, fine. So next, foci are 2 root 10, 0. Foci plus or minus 2 root 10, 0. So here y coordinates are 0, 0. Y coordinates are 0, 0. So here the center is the origin. And transverse axis is x-axis. Because plus or minus a, 0 means transverse axis is x-axis. 0, plus or minus 6 means transverse axis is y-axis. So here x-axis is the transverse axis. Okay, friends, these are the given information. These are the given data. Now what we need to find, what is the standard form of the standard equation of the hyperbola. Friends, we know the standard form of the hyperbola where origin is the center and transverse axis is x-axis, that is x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. X square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. Fine, friends. So what need we find? To find value of a square and b square. Then we can write the equation. Okay, friends. See, friends, vertices are plus or minus a, 0. So a is equal to 6. A is equal to plus 6 or minus 6. When a is equal to 6, a square is equal to 36. A square is equal to 36. That is first point. And let us take the foci. Foci means, friends, you know foci plus or minus c, 0. So c is equal to 2 root 10. C is equal to 2 root 10. So c square is equal to 4 into 10, 40. 4 into 10, 40. Now what need we need to find? We want b square. B square is equal to c square minus a square, because c square is equal to a square plus b square. So b square is equal to c square minus a square. So b square is equal to 40 minus 36. 40 minus 36 means 4. B square is equal to 4. B is equal to 2. Of course, we don't require b. B square is equal to 4. So we know a square, we know b square. So the required equation is x square x square by a square means 36, x square by 36 minus y square by 4 is equal to 1. This is the required equation of the hyperbola. Right friends? So everything is given. Simple problem. Okay, let us see the next one. Find what is the standard form equation of the hyperbola with vertices 0, plus or minus 2. Vertices 0, plus or minus 2 and foci 0, plus or minus 2 root 5. Foci 0, plus or minus 2 root 5. This is friends y x coordinates are equal. This is like 0 plus or minus a. So transverse axis is y axis. If the transverse axis is y axis, what is the standard form of the hyperbola? Y square by a square minus x square by b square is equal to 1. Right friends? Y square by a square, the required standard form is this. Y square by a square minus x square by b square is equal to 1. Right friends? So as in the previous problem, we have to find a square and b square. We can find b square friends. B square. See, vertices are 0 plus or minus b. So b is equal to 2, b square is equal to 4. This is b square value. Foci we know. For vertical axis, foci are 0 plus or minus c. Okay, 0 plus or minus c. So c is equal to 2 root 5. C is equal to 2 root 5 means c square is equal to 4 5 20. Now what else we have to find? A square. A square is equal to c square minus b square. That is equal to 20 minus 4, 16. A square 16. We know a square, we know b square. We know the standard form of the equation. So now the equation is y square by 16 minus x square by 4 is equal to 1. Y square by 16 minus x square by 4 is equal to 1. This is the standard required equation friends. Okay friends, now let us do one more problem. Friends, sorry, it is a small correction. See, this is x coordinates are equal, x coordinates are 0 0. X coordinates is 0 0 means transverse axis is parallel to y axis. Small correction. So the vertices are 0 plus or minus a. And foci are 0, plus or minus c. So here this 2 is a square value, 0 plus or minus a is equal to 2 and a square is equal to 4. And foci 0 plus or minus c. This is transverse axis, friends. 0 plus a, 0 minus a, 0 plus c, 0 minus c. So 0 c is equal to 2 root 15 and c square is equal to 4 into 2 root 15 or 2 root 5, friends. 2 root 5, friends. Previous problem is 2 root 5. 2 root 5. C square is equal to 4 into 5, 20. C square 20, then b square is equal to 20 minus 4, 16. Now the required equation is y square by a square. Y square by 4 minus x square by 16 is equal to 1. Right, friends? Y square by 4 minus x square by 16 is equal to 1. The previous problem I have explained as 0 plus or minus b. No, 0 plus or minus b for this don't be. It is 0 plus or minus a and co-vertices plus or minus b comma 0. Plus or minus b comma 0. So transverse axis along the y-axis. So 0 plus or minus a. 0 plus or minus a. So the mistake is very much regretted. Sorry. Okay, take the correction of this problem. This is the correct problem. The previous one is a small error. I have taken b square as this one. No, it is a square. Okay, thank you, friends. Okay, friends, our next problem is, what is the standard form of the hyperbola that has vertices at 0, minus 2, vertices 0, minus 2 and 6, minus 2. 6, minus 2. Vertices are this, and foci at minus 2, and 8, minus 2 and 8, minus 2. 8, minus 2. Okay, friends. So here the center is not the origin. Center is h, k. Center is h, k. Of course, here the y coordinates are equal. Y coordinates are equal. When the y coordinates are equal, this is plus or minus a, 0 type. That is, transverse axis is parallel to the x-axis. Transverse axis is parallel to the x-axis. When these two are equal. When these two are equal, y coordinates are equal, then that line must be, the transverse axis must be parallel to x-axis. When parallel to x-axis, then the center h, k, the equation of hyperbola is x minus h whole square by a square minus y minus k whole square by b square is equal to 1. X minus h whole square by a square minus y minus k whole square by b square is equal to 1. This is the standard form. Here we have to find the values of h, k, a square, b square. Then we can write the equation of the hyperbola. Right, friends? First we can write the center easily, because the center is the midpoint of the vertices. Center is the midpoint of the vertices. So the midpoint of these two things, 0 plus 6 by 2, 3. Center 3, minus 2, minus 4 by 2, minus 2. So center 3, minus 2, friends. Center 3, minus 2 is the center. Right, friends? So h and k are known. Now let us find a square. And then b square. See, foci are this. along x-axis, along the line parallel to x-axis, 0 comma plus or minus a, 0 comma plus or minus a, and then we have to add the center. That is h plus c. Foci is 0 comma plus or minus c, plus we have to add the center. That is h plus c is equal to, what is this thing? You can take either of these two things. H plus c is equal to 8. H plus 2 is equal to 8. See, normally what we do, friends? We find c, and then what we do? We add h. So h plus c is equal to 8. H plus c is equal to 8 implies h, what is h? H is equal to 3. 3 plus c is equal to 8, and c is equal to 5. C square is equal to 25. And what need we to find? A square and b square values we have to find. Friends, we can find a square, a value, and then a square value. How can we find a square value? See, length of the transverse axis, distance between the vertices, that is length of the transverse axis, that is 2a, length of the transverse axis is equal to 2a, that is distance between the x coordinates, that is 0, 6, distance that is plus or minus. So 2a is equal to mod 6 minus 0 minus 6. 2a is equal to 6, a is equal to 3. Distance between these 2 points, either 0 minus 6 or 6 minus 0, mod. So 2a is equal to 6, a is equal to 3, a square is equal to 9 times. A square is equal to 9. We know c square, we know a square, we can find b square. B square is equal to c square minus a square. 25 minus 9, 16. So b square is equal to 16. We know b square 16, a square 9, h known, y known. So let us write the equation. X minus 3 whole square by a square is 9 minus y minus of minus 2, that is y plus 2 whole square by b square is 16 is equal to 1. This is the required equation of the hyperbola. Clear friends? Center is how we found center. Center is the midpoint of the vertices. So center we can easily find. Midpoint of these 2 points. 0 plus 6 by 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 4 by 2, minus 2. When center is known, we can find C. Because foci is given. What is the x coordinate of foci here? 8. This 8 is h plus c. Normally what we do? We find c and then we add h. So this 8 becomes equal to h plus c. H plus or c plus h. C plus h is equal to 8. So c is equal to 5, c square 25. And how we have found a? Length of the transverse axis is equal to 2a. 2a is distance between these 2 points. Distance between the vertices. That is the distance between these 2 points means 6 minus 0 or 0 minus 6. Mod 0 minus 6, that is 6. 2a 6, a 3, a square 9. So from a square and c square we can find b square. Now the equation is this, friends. Okay friends, let us do some more problems in our next session. Thank you friends.